Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just going to kind of be a little bit of a YouTube sort of chatty video. I get a lot of questions about starting a channel on YouTube or just wanting to do something similar to what I do in the planner community here on YouTube. Now, while I don't have the largest channel on YouTube, I am consistently working on growing my platforms, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, all of that, and I absolutely love helping other people. So I thought, why not just sit down and talk about some of these questions that get asked of me the most. And a lot of it is through Instagram direct message, and I love answering those questions because this is something that I truly love to do. So the very first bit of advice that I could give anyone that is thinking of starting a YouTube channel here in 2020 is to just begin. It is probably the most cliche answer ever, but honestly, even if you don't hit publish on a video, just start. Record yourself sitting down, record what it is that you think that you want to create on YouTube, and maybe sit there and think about if this is something that you want to do. Even if all you ever do is share the videos with your close friends, that is always a great way to start. I still remember being in like group messages with my friends, and we wanted to see each other's planners, but we really didn't want to put them on Instagram or things like that because there's personal things in our planners, but we would film videos for one another, and those are the ones that we would share. And eventually that's kind of how it started for me. So just start. My second bit of advice is to use what you already have. Over the first year of my channel, all of my videos were filmed on my iPhone. It was a little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie. I do film a lot of overhead videos, so I was constantly having to get up to see where I was and making sure that everything that I was filming was in frame, but it worked, and it worked for well over a year, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Phones nowadays have amazing filming capabilities. They have just as great technology as the camera that I'm filming on right now, which is a Canon D7X, if not better. I think the new iPhone, which I don't have, actually films in 4K. I'm not that tech savvy, so I could be wrong, but you can use your phone to film your videos. I've seen people use a standard camera like what I have. I have seen people use their phone. I've seen people use a GoPro. You can use just about anything to film a video. Also, as far as equipment goes, tripods, things like that, I have seen people start their channels where their tripod was a stack of books. Right now I have an Akron or Archon mount, overhead mount that's used for a lot of crafting and baking things. I'm using it as my tripod right now as well because my tripod actually just broke in the previous video that I filmed. So I'm just using what I have. You don't necessarily need to go spending thousands and thousands of dollars on something that you don't know if you're actually going to stick with it. My next bit of advice is to ask questions. There are people within our community that are more than willing to help you. Do not think that you are absolutely all alone. If you ever have questions, I am here to help. There are also other videos where there's channels completely dedicated to helping you create content on this platform here on YouTube. And they give some great advice as far as equipment, lighting, sound, all of these things. And I watch them at least once a week. I make it part of my business development to sort of research new ideas and new tips and advice from other people within the industry. So don't be afraid to ask questions and seek out help and advice. My next biggest tip is to start off with everything that you can get your hands on that is free. I currently edit all of my videos on iMovie. I'm a Mac user. I have an Apple phone. I have a MacBook Pro, the Mac desktop, iPad Pro, everything. So iMovie comes on those devices, and it is absolutely 100% free. It is a great way to edit your videos. I know that other people use other types of software. I haven't even launched into using those softwares. They're quite pricey. Some start at just a couple $100 and then they keep going up. For me personally, I'm so familiar with iMovie, I'm almost to the point where I'm afraid to try something else and have to learn something totally new. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but for now I'm using what I have and it is free. Another great free thing is music. Now you definitely have to worry if when you're creating content to not use music that is not yours. You will get a copyright strike, and after so many, your channel will just be removed by YouTube. So YouTube has a music library in the Creator Studio, and all of the music is 100% free. Some of the creators do have a little blurb that says that you have to include it in the description of your video. However, the music is still free and royalty free, and you're not going to end up with a copyright strike. There are other audio options, such as I used Artlist. I've downloaded a couple of I've downloaded a little bit of music from them, but haven't quite used it as much as I probably could. That was a little bit of a gut check moment, because it was, I find, to be quite expensive when I can find music that's quite similar in the YouTube library. I still need some time with Artlist.io to see if that's something that I want to continue with. There's also Epidemic Sound. I have heard some great music. I have not been on that platform just yet, but I know a lot of creators use Epidemic Sound. Again, research is your friend. Google is your friend. YouTubing, that search bar right above there, search around. You're gonna find so much great advice. My next tip is consistency. So when I first started my channel, I just uploaded randomly, like every 1 to 3 to 6 months. And really, I just didn't have a true channel per se. Over the end of 2018, well into 2019, I started to develop a passion to want to continue, and what really helped me was coming up with a schedule for my channel that I could keep up with. And at first it started with 1 video a week, and then it grew into 2 videos a week, and I noticed that the more consistency I had, my audience knew when they were going to see me on YouTube and when to expect something from me. So they were there and they were ready to watch, they subscribed, they had their notification bell on, and things eventually just continue to grow. And I hope that it continues to grow, because now I'm up to 3 videos a week. I've even done so much as 4. That's not really my thing. When I know that I'm having a hectic week, I'll take it back down to 2. You just need to do what you can, but you need to do it consistently if you want your channel and your platforms to grow. So my next bit of advice is kind of a combination of 2 things. Fake it until you make it, and be honest. So like right now, I'm dealing with a killer headache / ear infection that is trying to take me down, but I have a schedule to stick to, damn it. So I'm sitting here acting like everything is just fine. So fake it, basically just, try to get yourself into the mood to film a video. Even if you're not in the mood, maybe just don't film that day, or go to another day when you know you're just having a better day, because your audience can definitely feel your mood. They can feel when you are just not into it, and they're definitely going to just leave your video and not continue to watch. Now, being honest, this is definitely something that really, really matters to me. Your audience can tell when you're lying. Your audience can tell when you're saying that you like something and you don't like it. 1, because you'll never show it again on your channel, ever again. And 2, they just know you after watching your videos after a few times. Just be honest with your audience. If you don't like something, say you don't like it. And definitely be honest when items have been sent to you or sent as part of PR, or your video is sponsored. These are actually all things that are required by law as a content creator. So to protect yourself and to build that amazing relationship that you're building with your community here on YouTube, always be honest, always be transparent about the items that you are sharing with your audience. And I think I'm gonna end this video with saying that my last bit of advice is to not be afraid to just try new things. First of all, just try not to be afraid at all. Sometimes having this conversation between myself and a camera, because that's essentially what it feels like, is truly terrifying. You don't know how the information that you're being put out on the other end is going to be received. But don't be afraid to try new things and step outside of your comfort zone. Right now, one of the new things that I'm hoping to try this year, and I'm telling you this now because maybe you guys will hold me accountable, is I want to share my morning and my evening routine. I have no idea how I want to film that and how I want to present that to you guys who watch my channel, but it's something that I am going to work on and see if it's something that I can produce and share with you guys. So that's definitely something new that I want to try, is talking more about routines. And for me, the other trying new things is to not always have my videos be face down. Plan with me is where you're always just staring at my hands. But for me to build a little bit more of a comfort level with facing the camera and paying attention to the lens and not up here. So I hope that this advice was helpful for you. If you're a part of the planner community or any community at all and you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and you're trying to figure out just where you fit in, please know that there is a space for you here on this platform. And if you ever need any help or need any tips or advice, I am here to help you out. I truly believe that this is how we keep our community growing, is by sharing and encouraging one another and sharing what it is that works for us or doesn't necessarily work for us. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I normally don't sit down and do these chit chat things. Remember, my last bit of advice there was try new things. This is one of them. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so. And if you haven't already, click the little bell down there that tells you that my video has posted. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. But you need to do a consistency. I cannot say that word. Or sentence part is, or sentence.